Hi guys, Jody from Jet Creations here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Just on today to do another little craft with me. I wanted to share with you the tag that we made the other day. Just wanted to show you what it looked like with some stitching. I may still go back in and add some stamping at some point, but just a simple little tag using the embellishments that we made last week. So today's project that I'm working on is a new journal. It's actually a journal cover. So this is also made with one of my embellishments that I've made. So I have a whole box of these. We're going to try and use some more of these today. It's got one of my little ribbons here, ribbon bows, and just a word embellishment that I made. And then it is a elastic holder that holds your actual journal in here. So this hasn't been put together yet. I'm just working on it. This needs some embellishing. But what I thought I would do today is make something for the center. I'm looking for something that's got pockets. I don't know if I'll do the pockets on the inside or on the outside. And then maybe a couple of tags. So we'll see how far we get. So the paper that I'm using for this project actually comes from this Blue Fern Studios set that I got a while back. They're 8 by 8 pages, and they're quite pretty. So that's what I've been using for inspiration and for the cover page of the first journal insert there. So I'm going to continue with this paper, and I have a few picked out. This is the paper that I've decided to make the actual pockets with. Just a nice simple design on the back, a little bit busier on the front. I'm going to make this into the pockets, and then I have a couple of other pages aside here that we'll try and make some pockets with. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to score it. We're going to score along here, we're going to score along the center, and then we're just going to cut it down a little bit so that we don't get some bulk. So we'll start with that. So this is 8 by 8. The journal itself that I've made here is just shy of 8. It's about 7.5. So this center is going to be a little bit smaller again. So I'll probably make it 6. So we'll score it 2 and 4. So I'm just going to get my scoreboard out here. And I'm sorry, I'll probably be off screen for this portion. But I'll show you what I'm doing once I'm done. Okay. All right. I'm just going to get the scoreboard out of the way. Okay, so now we have our piece of paper back. I've scored it at 4 on this way. And these papers, they say they're 8 by 8, but they're just off just a teeny weeny bit. I've noticed that every one I've folded. So I'm just going to fold that down. We'll deal with this piece in a second. And then I'm going to fold our pockets this way. There is writing, so that's why I want to fold it up this way, because the writing on this side is a little less noticeable. Okay, so now we can either have our pockets going this way, or we can have it going in the middle. And I think, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this portion. And the reason why I'm taking this portion out is to prevent the bulk. So I'm just going to cut on the right side of that score line right up to where it meets with the other one. And I'll do the same on this side. Just so that it doesn't bump into each other. Actually, I need to clean that up just a tiny bit. Okay. So now we can see whether we want it folding this way. Let me bring the book back in so you can see. So that would show this way, or whether we want to go this way. And I think I'm gonna go with the pockets on the outside. Now, as I'm looking at this, this is gonna have to be trimmed down a little bit because it's gonna overhang. So let's just tuck it in here and get an idea of how much we need to take off. So we need to take off probably ½ an inch or so. Okay, so let's clean that up. I will get my paper trimmer out, and again, I'm sorry you won't be able to see this portion. Well, you might, possibly. I'm going to tuck it up to the top there, and I'm just going to take off just a little bit. And then we'll test it to see if it'll fit. Without overhang. I think I'm going to take off just a little extra because when I put more paper in, it's going to push it that much further out. So we'll just take another ½ an inch off. To give us some wiggle room. Alrighty. So now that we have that done, just going to clean up some of these scraps here. I'm going to ink it. I'll ink all around it. I still have a little bit of a notch there. Okay. So now we'll ink it. And I'm just using my Distress inks, and I noticed this is bugging me. It's too much of a curve, so I'm just gonna straighten that out just a touch. And then we'll ink all the way around. So I hope everyone's having a really good day. It is Friday here, so I am done work for the week. I'm very excited. And I have a special weekend coming up. I typically go for massages every couple of weeks doing a desk job. It bothers my back quite a bit. And so I go for massages every couple of weeks just to make sure that I don't run into too many issues. And so I have a regular massage therapist, and she's taking some courses this weekend, and she's asked me to be her practice body, so I get to go for massages this weekend as she's practicing the new technique she's learning. So I'm really looking forward to that. Should be a good weekend. I won't be crafting that much because I'll be at her office, but you can't beat that. So that's this weekend. And other than that, I'm not doing too much. So So I'm just going to ink the inside as well. I will do something to decorate this. I'm not quite sure what, but we'll do something on the inside there. You could stitch this as well if you want. I may go back through and add some stitching, but I'm not making it any stitching currently. So now I'm just going to get my glue and we're going to glue these pockets down. So you're just going to glue down both sides as close to the edge as possible because you don't want to take up that space for your pocket. This is really pretty paper. I've wanted to use blue fern paper for quite some time, but it's not easy for me to find here. So when I found this pack, I was very excited. All right. Okay, so we're just gonna set this aside and let it dry. And that will basically be our pocket. Like I said, I might go around and stitch. I'll decide that later. In the meantime, we're gonna just do some simple pockets on the inside. So, oops, maybe what I'll do, because that's not sticking, is I will get some clips. Too. All right, so now we just gotta pick some paper for the tags. I want something that's writable on the back. So this is quite writable. That is a little bit busy for the front. The other option I have is this one for the front with this as the background. I think I might go with this paper. I really like this page, and I think you can write on that. This is not my favorite, and so I think we'll do something to cover this up. So this is gonna be, it's about 3.5 inches. So I think I'm gonna cut them down to, well, if I do 3 by 3, that leaves a 2-inch thing. So I'll do my tags 3 by 5.5. So I'll get the paper cutter out again. And we'll cut these down to 5.5. And then we'll do a couple of 3-inch tags. I'll set these aside for use later, so let's see how they fit. They should be dry. We can decorate the pockets later as well. So that's how the tags will go in there. So they're pretty blendy. They are pretty blendy. So we might have to, let's see what we can do with them. We'll go from there. All right. So First thing we need to do is get them in a tag shape. So I'm gonna get out my card here that I have. And I'm gonna pick my corner. Line it up and just get them in a tag shape. Go. And I'm going to dig into my little box here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we'll see. So these are the little embellishments we made last week or last time. Here's the big ones that were their inspiration. See, and these ones are too big for these tags. They don't fit. Well, that one actually does. So maybe we might actually keep a couple of these out. So we could do something like that. I just need to trim this one off a little bit. Let's just see what that'll look like in there. So if we tucked it in here, that actually could work pretty well. So that is a definite possibility to use those. But let's see what else we have. I have lots of these things. And they're in different patterns, different papers. There's another pretty one, but I think it's too small for this. But that could work as well. So let's put that one aside. And let's keep looking. So I always make sure I have lots of these on hand. So that really picks up the blue. So that could work as well. Don't like that. I got these nabob labels at an antique store. I kind of like that as well, so we'll put that aside. So see, they're all different shapes, they're all different sizes, and they just make for quick decorating. Now you see with this one, here's another nabob. This one really picks up the oranges in here. So if I was to use this, I'm going to pick it in something that I want this color to show up on. In contrast to this one, where you can see that it really picks up the blue. And for this project, I'm looking for the blue, not the orange so much. And that one is just quite simple. So we'll put that aside. That one could possibly work as well. You see, there's just an unlimited supply of these in here. Some of them are small. See, look at that little baby one. Oh, we have this one's really thick. Don't know if you can see it, but it feels thick. This one's much thinner. This would be really good on the front. So I'm going to keep that for that. Oh, here's another nabob one. And I kind of like that one. All right. So we've seen some of these. Let's put these ones away and see if we can decide on a couple. I kind of like this nabob one. I did like this one as well. But I think I prefer this. I'm gonna put those aside. And I do kind of like that one as well. It is, that one's pretty thick too. Can actually do those two and have a match. And I have some more of these papers that I could then use to decorate down here. There's nothing on there, so that's free. And we have the bird here. I think I'm gonna go with those. So we'll just put the rest of these just aside so we don't lose them. And I'm gonna bring in some other papers I have over here. To get these done. All right. Oops, sorry guys. Let me get myself centered. Hopefully that's right. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink around here, and then I have these little pieces of paper that I might use behind them to separate the background a little bit. Let's see if we need that. This is just some book page I had. We can put, probably don't need that much of it, but we can put a little bit of that behind there. And then we'll need the same for this other side. Maybe try some music paper. That's too much. All right, so let's get the inking done and see how that looks. Just need to get rid of some of this paper. Okay, I am going to start with the backs, or the bases, sorry. And just ink all the way around. And I'll do the back as well. I really do like this paper. And then we'll do the music paper as well. Just a quick ink. And then same with this one. You don't have to ink. It's just, like I've said before, I like the look. I like the look of the stitching as well. Okay. Lastly, some of this book page. Then we got to figure out a top. Don't know. Just kind of peeking around my desk here to see what we have. We have just some ribbon. Use that. All right. So, how do those look? I think they look okay. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna get out my glue book and we'll start gluing. I'm just gonna use my glue stick for the papers on the back. I'll probably use my tacky glue for the embellishment. So it's always worth having lots of those pre-done embellishments for projects like this. It makes it so fast just to stick it together. Takes no time at all. And they're fun to make as well, and they're great for using up all your scraps. So we'll do some more of those on another day, because I do them quite often. But as much as I do them, they are still something that I struggle with. But I do them. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. Good thing that we weren't gluing too much, because that glue stick was pretty much empty. And we will get these glued down. So these I have stapled. I've used the tiny attacher from Tim Holtz, and these are actually just the paper, some papers I got from the dollar store. They're cardstock, and they come in packs. I can't remember how many are in the pack, but all the papers coordinate. And so I do like to, first of all, I cut down 2 or 3 pieces of the coordinating paper in different sizes and shapes of triangles, squares, that type of thing. And then I ink them all up. And then that's when I go back and I staple them. And then once I staple them, I then go back and decorate with different things. Sometimes I don't staple, because the staple, I don't know if you can see, but the staple does add a little bit of bulk to it. But this one's stapled as well, so you can glue them as well. But you see they're just layered on top of one another, all pre-inked so that they're quick. You sit in front of the TV and use your paper cutter and cut them all up, and then ink them all, and then you can put them together. And then when you're ready to decorate, you can go ahead and decorate. So I did these ones this way. There was a bunch of pink ones in there, blue. And I do have a new pack that I haven't done yet. Okay. So there we go. Just gonna flip them on the back and give them a good rub. Make sure that they stick down. I will definitely be sewing around these. So I just need a tab. I might use this as a tab. Just simple, it's there. And I think I might do them both the same. This is just some lace I got from the dollar store. And I will just glue them on with my Fabri-Tac. And the stitching around them will just finish it off. And hopefully I have not made those too long. Okay, let me just find my glue lid here somewhere. Not sure where it's gone to, so I'll just give me a second to cover it with that. All right. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So let's bring our book back in here. So this is what it will look like, and this signature will be stitched in there. And we'll have one on this side. And we'll have the other tag on this side. There you go. And when you close it, it should be good. I have to do something else with this cover as well. So there we go. That's our pocket insert today. We'll come back next time and do some decorating on this pocket and do something on the inside. Hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you later. Hope you subscribe. Bye now.